I was just in the process of writing a review of The Finals when several articles popped up in my newsfeed reporting The Finals is bleeding players en masse. And the speculations already started that this is the game's downfall. So is The Finals dead in the water just 2 months after launch? Let's explore, because maybe this is The Finals Countdown! Sorry, couldn't help it. But let's be serious for a moment. Sinking player numbers clearly aren't great for any game. But they aren't necessarily the end either. And to be honest, what's happening here was kind of expected. At least we did. There are things the developer can do to turn the ship around. And they have to, because they have a publisher in their necks that's not beneath killing a project prematurely. Let's have a look at when the game came out. That was early December 2023. Over 2 months ago as of writing this video. The Finals started big, as so many games do. Then added to the initial hype came people who tested it because of the low bar of entry. It's a free game, so the hurdle to entry is pretty low. If the game was $40, the player numbers would have started a lot lower. Right now we are still in December. So as the first initial wave of players went away, a lot of new people joined in because they got free time over the holidays. People were on vacation and students had a lot more free time then. Because of this, over Christmas time, the player count leveled out at a high point. But as people went back to work and students went back to school a bit later, the player numbers dropped again. And this continues till today. And likely will continue until the game hits a 4-digit player count? That is, if they don't change their game. We only have a handful of maps and 2 interesting but similar game modes. With a solo mode recently added, but more about this problem a bit later. In case you are not totally aware, The Finals is one of those games which is a little bit harder to play, because it is based around the idea of letting teams of 3 face other teams. Therefore, you need to rely on teamwork, meaning playing with random players is a bit of a gamble. You may have super nice teammates who cooperate, or you might end up with total dumbasses. So for the best game experience, you better have 2 friends along. And I guess they realized that because we got the solo queue mode. Letting teams face off against each other in a fast arena battle feeds into the next problem. The attention problem, and that exists with the possible audience of streamers. And this is a bit ironic as the entire game revolves around a huge game show. Nowadays, Twitch is super important when it comes to showcasing new games. Trends are discovered on the platform and entire genres are created or rather made famous there. Even small games from the smallest development teams or one-man studios can make it big if they create a Twitch hit. Think of the Battle Royale hype in general, or games like Overwatch, PUBG, Fortnite, Phasmophobia, Lethal Company, Among Us, and so on. All these games owe their popularity and success mainly to Twitch. Platforms like YouTube are only beneficiaries, with them being relegated to a dump for clips from Twitch streams. The Finals is speaking to a very small and extremely competitive area of Twitch. It is a game in which success relies mainly on good aim, fast reactions and a well-coordinated team. Looking at a list of big Twitch games, they are either games which you can play rather well as a solo queue player, or social games which are slower. The first category allowing the audience to focus on one player, and the other category enabling small talk and times for jokes and so on, because they include a lot of downtime between action segments. In The Finals, on the other hand, you need to focus on good aim and quick reactions. It's action-packed, everything can change in the matter of seconds. It's exciting, and it's also tiring. Because of the game's nature, you can't play it for a long time, unlike slower games. A lot of streamers won't play the finals for longer than 1, 2 or maybe 3 hours, because after that concentration drops and with that success, and that isn't good for a stream. Carrying forward an entertaining conversation with other teammates, the audience as well, and concentrating on a fast arena shooter, well, that's hard. The finals lacks intermissions, these moments where you can take a breather. In Call of Duty, you go into menus and change the class and weapons. In Tarkov, you go into the hideout and convert weapons. Skins are changed, loot boxes are unlocked, and new skins are then rated by the streamer and their viewers, which also strengthens their parasocial relationship. Make of that whatever you will. During downtime, the streamer can relax a bit and gather energy. The finals only has this between matches. During a match, it is almost non-stop action. And in tournament mode, it's even worse, because the pressure increases with every round, and the downtime between matches is very short. Contrary to what some people believe, endless growth isn't possible. The streaming niche for high-action games is already packed. Counter-Strike, Apex Legends and so many more are already established. And the old guard of streamers, the entertainers, people like insert your favorite guy here, they are focused on fun and entertainment rather than competitive combat. Games like Pearl World or Baldur's Gate are much better suited for that. The finals will hardly be able to gain a foothold here, and the recently introduced solo mode won't be the solution, as it leaves us wanting. So this is a big reason why the finals is struggling in the attention economy, which nowadays is very important for the success of a game. Just think back to the marketing campaign of Apex Legends, because it was a masterpiece of how to generate hype via Twitch. For the complete opposite of that, watch our videos about hyenas. But there's an even bigger problem on the player retention front, something that could kill the finals much quicker. The missing content and the missing loot spiral. Games like Call of Duty have a lot more unlockable stuff than the finals, and in addition to the normal multiplayer with dozens of modes, co-op, battle royale and a single player. Apex Legends has many new legends to unlock, many skins, multiple large maps and more. And yes, we know the finals isn't really like Call of Duty and Apex Legends, they are not exactly comparable, but those are the big names, so it has to stack up against that. And it's not all. In many of these games, you can not only reach new levels and unlock skins for characters, you can often level the weapon itself, unlock better upgrades, or find them like in Tarkov. This creates a whole new loot spiral. And yes, the finals has the basics of this as well, it's just not that elaborate.
Yeah, and I'm not easily impressed. Wow!
Blue MP5.
Battlefield, Call of Duty, Apex Legends and all these others already have a lot of content and maps, so the finals competition is at a massive advantage. The finals developers, some of whom are former DICE developers, now have to release new maps, new weapons, new modes, new mutators, while at the same time having to support the live game, regularly releasing updates and fighting cheaters and so on. This requires a lot of manpower. Either you split the team and risk a lack of new content, or hire more developers, which seems to have fallen out of favor these days. Because this in turn means significantly higher costs. Not to mention the ongoing server costs and, well, the game just costs money to run. Meaning, they have to make a lot more money. But the game is free to play, and neither the Battle Pass nor the in-game shop currently offer any really cool or amazing skins, unless you really like Elvis or the movie Black Swan. Guess which I like better. And the free skins you can unlock, well, they are incredibly boring and generic. While a lack of grind for weapon customizations is something that I actually like, because it makes each weapon unique, because you can't put the same scope on every weapon, a Call of Duty veteran on the other hand may really dislike that lack of customizable weapons. A few unlockable red dots or different iron sights can really go a long way to keep a player entertained. Even if that makes every weapon kind of feel the same. Fight me on this. All this puts the finals at a massive disadvantage against the competition. And this is a real shame, because the finals is in all actuality a really good game. And it's free, so yeah, try it out, grab a couple of friends and go. It's pretty fun. It just isn't a forever game currently. It is one of those games that I see myself not touching for a couple of weeks just to return for 5 or 10 rounds with friends and then leave it be for another couple of weeks. You know, a bit like Left 4 Dead. I can't play that every day, but sometimes I just have the itch to play a couple of rounds of Versus with my friends. The finals is very arena shooter-like, and I have the same with other arena shooters. I can't play Quake every day, but sometimes I really just have the itch to do it. But when that itch is scratched, I'll leave it be. The problem is that this type of game isn't a massive moneymaker for the publisher. And a publisher like Nexon is looking for a forever game, something that people will play for a long time to keep generating money. And this puts the finals and the creators behind it at a really tough spot. So the future of the finals is uncertain. If you enjoyed this video, I think you already know what I would like you to do. Give this video a like, subscribe for future content, and if you absolutely love what we do, why not consider supporting us on Patreon, as our supporters there got to see this video well before anyone else. Our amazing supporters are Lone Wolf, Zat Gladys, Wrapped in Glass, Cookie, Revolve556, Tome, Rainbow Flash, Grizzly Bear, Strange Module, Cop Fighter, Inter, CJ Surrett, Sir K, Ram Gilama, Whiskey, Christoph, MTD, Hub, Leggy Boy, Daniel, Frailem, Crony XS, Deovio, iMentrix, Arman Oziloco, Frog on Unicycle Vape, Sidonai, Bobcat Racer, Golden Fox, Pocket, Mama Ghosty, Yellow Jello, Duek, and newly welcoming Maki. A heartfelt thank you for your support. To you and to everyone else, thanks for watching. So, see you guys next time. Until then, have a nice day and as always, goodbye and guten Tag.